Number 19, Steve Brogan, leading the mirror.co.uk Evo class. There is Martin Jessup, number 40. He's in 9th place. 10th is Lowry, 11th Seeley, 12th for Adam Jenkinson, 13th Peter Hickman, and in 14th place the BMW. There's smoke down at the bottom there into park.
What's gone on there? Water's gone on.
Or is it someone just...
Could be barbecue.
It could be. Is there much of a wind down there at park? There is Brogan going through Chris Curve. There's the build-based Kawasaki. That is Adam Jenkinson. Peter Hickman closing the gap on the Ultimate Racing Yamaha, the local man. There is Brogan diving down through the gooseneck and towards Mansfield. Chris Burns is in 15th place. That's a good point overall at the moment for the split lap Aprilia, because Burns, of course, has been troubled by, he's had an arm operation to alleviate tendinitis in Belgium, and the doctors wouldn't let him race at Alton Park, but he's back and riding well. This is Chianari.
Yeah,
he's well and truly.
Lovely.
I love Keo when he's like perfect body balance, the power on, the bike snaking.
And that, you slide out of there because the track's dropping right away out of bound. You know, you've not got that much weight on the rear. If you just get the balance right, it's just beautiful. You can spin all the way down to the start and finish.
Do you know, this is how he rode when he was winning those 3 World Superbike races.
Yeah, the problem is, Jack, there's not much in between what he's doing now and him finishing kind of 10th. You know, he's a kind of hot and cold man, but when he's on form, Keogh is difficult to beat.
Laverty in 2nd place. Rutter is 3rd. He's broken clear now of Tommy Bridewell, 4th. 5th, Josh Brooks. 6th, John Laverty. 7th, Walker. 8th, Jessup. 9th, Linfoot. 10th and 11th, Lowry and Seeley, the 2 Irishmen together. The Irishman who lost the relentless Taz Suzuki ride, just ahead of the Irishman who took it over, the reigning national superstock champion, little Alistair Seeley, who won the Northwest 200 Superbike race in a colossal finish, just edged out Stuart Easton and John McGuinness. And we've had a retirement, number 25, the missed Suzuki of David Anthony, 2nd place man at the moment, just 3 points off the lead in the Evo Cup. Disappointingly, the Australian has retired. There's Seeley, number 34, just ahead of it, number 55, Ian Lowry. Lowry with a superb new helmet design we haven't seen before, distinctive enough. Yep. Do you know, they're cutting back on his teammate Dan Linfoot, number 9 as well. He's going to get sucked into this battle. We're on the 16th now of 18 laps. So 3 laps to go here in the first of the MCE Insurance British Superbike Championship races at Cadwell Park.
Yeah, Lowry's actually lapping about half a second quicker than his teammate Linfoot in front of him.
So Chianari still leads the way. There's Jenkinson versus Peter Hickman, and there is the mirror.co.uk Evo class leader, Steve Brogan, who let's face it, had a real mess up yesterday afternoon. He got through into the second part of Super Bowl qualifying, did an outlap, and then an electrical fault halted the BMW, so he had to settle for 20th place on the grid.
Do you want to know what it was?
Oh, what?
The tilt switch. It's a switch that stops the bike from running, stops the engine, cuts the engine out when it tips on its side. Went wrong and was just cutting the engine out all the time.
And here's Chris Burns being challenged now by the leader of the Evo Championship, Hudson Kenner, on the Michael Ashley Racing Kawasaki. The bright green Kawasaki threatening the dark blue split lap Aprilia of the 30-year-old Geordie Chris Burns. Burns making a very impressive return after having that major surgery from Dr. Klaus, a famous motocross surgeon over in Belgium. And he's back now, and obviously on song, when the Aprilia looking good, considering the Aprilias haven't featured as well as we expected to in the UK, James.
No, they haven't. No.
Chianari, Laverty, Rutter, Bridewell. Oh, and what's happened at the front? And Chianari.
What's happened?
Something's happened with Chianari because he's now 2nd. Chianari is into the penultimate lap. Michael Laverty, who won at Alton Park, now leads the HM Plant Honda.
I'll tell you what, he's gone straight on somewhere. He's been on the grass or something's happened, because he cannot have lost that much time. He was actually pulling away from Laverty.
So Michael Laverty, how good it... Oh, and here comes the Honda, the wicked speed of the Honda, outbraking him into park, snaking into park, and Laverty can't find a way back. So Chianari regains the lead, having had a major moment on lap 16 of the 18 lapper here, and you never know, dear.
You just never know with this job. No, he looked to have everything in control. He looked fairly steady. He must have been off. He's definitely been off the track. Lost 2 seconds there.
So Chianari, yeah, he did He did, didn't he?
Yep.
132.3. He lost about 3.5 seconds there on Michael Laverty, but straight away has snatched the advantage back. And I guess that's what you can get away with when you're riding as loose and fast and confident as this, James.
Yeah, he just needed to win that. That wouldn't have looked so good, would it? After doing all the work, and then
I don't think Tux would have been over impressed, would he? His team boss, who won all his first races here at club, national, British Championship and international level.
Neil Tuxworth. Yes, he was a demon around here, was Neil Tuxworth. The
local man from Louth, who's the team manager of HM Plant Honda. Chianari onto his final lap, number 8, HM Plant Honda, having regained the lead. And wait, let's check out how, if we stay as we are now, the starting grid for race 2 will look like this. Chianari, Rutter, Laverty on the front row. Tommy Hill, Tommy Bridewell, Josh Brooks on the second row. Third row will be John Laverty's build-based Kawasaki with Martin Jessup and Dan Linfoot. Fourth row, Alistair Seeley, Chris Walker and Ian Lowry. And Chianari instantly re-stamping his authority. I tell you what, that is a fearful samurai haircut as well.
Yeah,
it's absolutely shaven to the white bald.
I wonder where he went on the grass. I wonder where he went off the track.
I don't know, but obviously quite comfortable. And look, Bridewell's producing another late surge to catch Michael Rutter, the 38-year-old from Bridgnorth in the Midlands. But as they approach the mountain, now Tommy has left it late, but he's suddenly found an extra gasp on this close. In fact, he was 0.8 of a second quicker than Rutter on the last lap. That was Keogh gardening again. So Chianari looks like he's the man who is going to take the victory here as he drops into barn the final corner. Yuichi Chianari celebrating fatherhood in absolutely the best way possible. Takes his 35th race win in 103 outings in British Superbikes, ahead of Michael Laverty second. Michael Rutter is third. Tommy Bridewell fourth, ahead of Brooks. Laverty, Walker wheelies across the line on bike number 9, ahead of Jessup. Alistair Seeley, who got the better of both Dan Linfoot and Ian Lowry. Number 19, the winner of the Mirror.co.uk Evo class will be Steve Brogan on the Gentine BMW. Good ride by the Liverpudlian. He finishes in 14th place overall. Tom Tunstall on the Dudson Motorsport Honda grabs the final point in 15th. And then the second Evo bike, Hudson Kenner, and the third Evo bike, Chris Burns, just edged out by Kenner's MAR Kawasaki on the final lap. Chianari, impressive record, James, because before this race he had exactly 1 in 3 hit race race win successes. There is Neil Tuxworth, the man who took all those race wins around his local Cadwell Park circuit back in his youth.
I'll tell you what, he'll not be happy, you know. He will not be happy.
He'll be
here with a 2-second lead and then running off the track.
That's not what you'd probably be saying to him. Is that what you saw in a club race week when you came to watch that meeting? So the first race then goes to Yuichi Chianari, 18 laps with a fastest lap of 128.288, which should put himself on pole position and put him on pole position for the second outing later this afternoon. Michael Laverty in second place, Michael Rutter, the two Michaels second and third. Great ride by Rutter, who's just been quietly going about his business here. So at last, victory at the 6th time of asking on the podium at Cadwell Park. Chianari gets it. Michael Laverty in second place. Michael Rutter, who beat Chianari when he won here on a Honda in 2004, is third. Fourth place for Tommy Bridewell's Key Garage Honda. Fifth place, Josh Brooks, a hard-working HM Plant Honda ride. Sixth for John Laverty. Seventh, Chris Walker, good ride for the green Colchester Kawasaki ahead of Martin Jessup, Alistair Seeley and Dan Linfoot in 10th place. Seeley with a late charge past the two Motorpoint Yamahas. 11th for Ian Lowry. 12th for the second build-based Kawasaki of Adam Jenkinson, the market gardener from Manchester. And then Peter Hickman 13th. Steve Brogan, the leading Evo bike, in 14th. Tom Tunstall's Dudson Motorsport Honda 15th. And then Hudson Kenner, Chris Burns, David Johnson, Pauli Pekkanen of Finland, and Peter Ward on the Astro SST Kawasaki. And then Aaron Zanotti on the red Viper Spike Suzuki is 21st ahead of O'Brien, Hennigan, and the guys who retired, David Anthony, Christian Idden, Tommy Hill, surprisingly, and Stuart Easton, equally surprisingly, on the Swan Honda.